There's not a whole lot of movement in your golf swing. What we're going to start to do is sense how we can stretch the sequence. We're shifting pressure front to back in the feet. Fabulous golf shot. This body and mind of ours can work in perfect harmony to achieve our intention. It can be as simple as looking where you want to go and then just letting it go and letting that happen.
2 weeks ago we had our medal at the club and I got 26 points, but I only played 10 holes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the other 8.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah.
You could go a series of holes, pars, birdies, feeling like you couldn't hit a bad shot to save your life, and then you've got 8 holes where it's like I couldn't hit a good shot to save
18
my life.
points in the first 7 holes.
Right.
I got 2.
Yeah.
I only played 3 holes in the
Yeah.
second one. So yeah,
So
it's
it could be
maddening,
infuriating.
and it's always going to be maddening, but
Well, yeah, it is on some level always going to be maddening.
Yeah.
We can just lessen
That's the thing,
that maddening feeling by having a bit more
yeah.
awareness and understanding of what we're doing and how we can influence change in what we're doing. From my perspective, that is what the real frustration is just the not knowing what's happened.
That's
And
it, yeah.
I don't mean on a really detailed level, like exactly what you did in your swing or exactly how the club was presented to ball,
Yeah.
but an overall awareness. If we've got that overall awareness and we've got awareness of how to do it differently, then we can influence change in the flight. The golf swing, in my mind, is infinitely complex by its nature, but beautifully simple in its execution.
It does,
Because
yeah.
we have the ability, this body and mind of ours can work in perfect harmony to achieve our intention. And actually, it can be as simple as looking where you want to go, visualising how you want the ball to get there, and then just letting it go and letting that happen. In the same way as you did with your football.
That's right, yeah.
You probably weren't thinking about how much knee flexion you used, or you weren't in the queue at Tesco's practicing
Not very often.
your top corner, whereas you see all the golfers like all this, you know, when they're waiting somewhere. There's none of that going on. You're just kind of looking where you want to go. You see in your flight, you might have been centre midfield, something like that. You've got 2 wingers making runs in behind, and you've got a decision which one are you going to pick out and how are you going to pick them out. Your attention is always external. This body is incredible what it will do for us. I mean, right here, catch this. Right, brilliant. You're right-handed.
Yeah.
So you went with your least dominant hand, because it was in that sort of space.
That's it, yeah.
But your body had to make the calculation, so it didn't have very long, because I said, catch
No,
this. And I went pretty quick, didn't have very long, but your body calculated the trajectory and speed of that ball and made a prediction about what space it was going to be in, and then it timed it so that when the ball got in the right space, you wrap your fingers around it so you didn't drop it.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that took place in like a quarter to a half a second.
That's right, yeah.
And we didn't think about it, and where was your attention? It was on the ball. You were looking at the ball. You weren't looking at your hand like, oh, where do I put this? What am I going to do with it?
No.
None of that.
No.
It was just reacting. And that's the kind of, similar to the state we need to be in playing golf, but we can only kind of get into that state if we have a recognition of how we're moving in the golf swing.
Because I always managed to hit it hard, quite far,
Yeah.
but when I lose it, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot when I finish. I expect it to
Oh,
be
right,
when I started.
it's twisted in the hand.
Yeah.
Right.
That's on a bad shot, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, and that first. Oh dear. And then,
Yeah. So with the bad contacts, yeah. Seeing it all, the whole repertoire.
Oh.
It's good. We need to.
Alright, this one's going to be a good one. Not better anyway.
A lot better. And what are we wanting here?
Not that.
Cool. So a shot that shapes from right to left.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, so that's what we've been trying to do. Cool.
This one will be.
And where do we want the ball to end up? What's our target for finishing.
On
And
that-
you don't
on
have to go.
150.
Yeah, you don't have to go with these lines, but that is pretty much lined to 150. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Cool. Drawing it to 150.
I could just slice it.
Cool. So what are all of these? I mean, we've had a big variety of shots, haven't we? Strike-wise and flight-wise, shape and stuff. So what do you think? There is a bit of a common denominator there. What do you think's going on?
I like to think I'm doing everything in there.
Cool.
That's what I think I'm doing.
Yeah, fine. So that's what
That's
your
what I'm-
intention is,
Yeah.
and that's what you. Do you feel you're achieving it?
No.
The path of your club for pretty much every single shot you've played so far is somewhere in this sort of range here. So it's kind of straight at your target or a little bit left.
Is it?
And it just stays in this quite narrow bandwidth here.
Yeah.
And then your face in relation to it gives us the variety of outcomes that we're seeing.
Is it really?
So face starts the launch,
I thought it was
and then your
miles
path in relation to that gives you your shape.
Yeah.
So the orange being face, that is the predominant relationship you've been playing with. So it
Really?
starts down the orange and then
Just
fades
going the
off a
other
little
way.
bit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
the other way. Wow.
Exactly,
Yeah,
you're trying to get a relationship like that. That's your intention.
Yeah.
But in reality, what's happening is that,
Wow.
and then every now and then, that'll close to the path, and then it starts down here and draws off. So it starts left of target and draws further left of target. This path has just lived too close to your target, really. Because when you've got a path that goes pretty much to your target, well, if you have a face a little bit left of it,
Yeah.
starts left of the target and draws further left, and if the face is open, it starts right at the target and fades further right. In effect, you've got balls that are starting on your sort of target line, if you like, and are moving away.
I'm not trying to do that.
No, your mental approach is right. You're trying to start it away from the target and curve it back onto. So the mental approach is absolutely bang on. It's just we haven't yet matched up
No.
the movement, the action, to achieve that intention.
That's the thing. I think it is. Any particular game I do well is the exception.
You are generating almost all of your power and speed, as you already knew and identified,
Yeah.
from the arms. It's
Yeah.
a very arm-dominated swing. If you've got to use these for the power, you're giving up control with these. Might be a reason why this is happening as well, because you're putting so much
Yeah.
torque onto the club using the arms that it ends up twisting and looking like that when you bring it back. But you're kind of having to do that because you're not generating
That's right, yeah.
enough force. So the body's always trying to help you achieve your intention.
Yeah.
So it knows you want to hit it 150 yards or so. So it's like, look, Paul, we've got to get you some speed from somewhere.
That's it. Yeah.
So it goes to the sort of easiest place at this end of the chain, but it's all so early that we're fatting, thinning, and then that face is just, where the face is pointing through impact is just highly variable because it's having to go early. There's not a whole lot of movement in your golf swing.
No.
I mean, there of course is movement, but it's mostly driven from the arms, and then the rest of the body is just moving to facilitate this swing with the arms. So what we're going to do is hopefully flip that around and get the body moving more, and then these arms and the club are just reacting to what the body does.
That's what I'm looking for. That I can
Excellent.
feel my body moving,
Yeah.
and then my arms finish it off.
Yeah. Can you now just twist the pelvis? Yeah. Great stuff. That was being driven by the core. What we're going to learn to do is that, the sequence of it starting with the ground. So how we do that is by making a bit of a walking action. That's it. And then with that walking action, you can let the belt buckle go. That's it. Let your knees just sort of collapse naturally in and across. That's it. That's awesome. We're shifting pressure front to back in the feet, heel to toe, like this. And then sort of net result of that is that it twists us. And what we can do is allow that force to transfer through the body and be applied to the club at some point. And that is torque that you're generating from the ground. It is going to lessen the need for you to put torque onto the handle of the club with the arms because you've got some force coming from another place. This is so much more of a free-flowing, fluid, swinging action, Paul.
It does feel better.
Look at this. Feels better.
Yeah.
Look at this. You're even starting to go down and up, which we'll look at in more detail later, but there's a bit of oomph here. Even with this tiny, lazy little languid swing. Let's play a few shots. So we're not interested in the flight of the ball right now, we absolutely will be later, but what we're interested in is your recognition of that sort of movement pattern you've just explored there. And that sort of a tempo is good, as in dial it down so it's still a dynamic action, but it's a bit dialed down so that you can sense what's going on a bit better. Well done. Really well done. That was
better that way at least.
Yes.
I felt I was doing something.
Yeah. Using the ground to rotate there. So what we can do is bring this in just to help us feel pressure moving through our feet. So you can feel that heel toe action.
Right, yeah.
And might be a good idea to start us off with is if you start in the heel of the left and the toe of the right and then switch the torque, so you go into the toe of the left and the heel of the right, recognising how you're acting first and then the club is reacting. Start in the heel of the left and the toe of the right and then switch it, swing it back. Brilliant, well done. Shot. What we're going to start to do is sense how we can stretch this sequence. What a fabulous golf shot that is.
My body, in that split second or less than a split second, I can tell it's going to be reasonably good.
We've got a resonance for it. The body knows where it is in space. So actually, you've got that sense somewhere here, just as you're about to deliver to the ball, you're like, I know this is going to go good.
Yeah, I do.
Because the body's constantly giving feedback to the brain about where it is in space.
Yeah.
And although you haven't actually made the conscious thought of, oh, here's a good one,
no.
your body has a sense of it, and then when you've struck it and you're watching it fly, you're like, I knew it was going to do that.
Yeah, it's mad.
It is
brilliant,
quite mad, yeah. Nice one. Nice. That was so late. Nice finish. Brilliant. Fabulous golf shot, Paul. That's so good. And every time we hit that cracker of a golf shot, you've got that same finish every time. And then it recoils.
Yeah, whatever I'm doing right makes this right.
All this is just a product of everything that's gone before it.
That's right, yeah. That's what I like.
So that's what, and we will in a bit spend some time just recognising that finish, because as we said, if we recognise where we're going to in this swing, body will likely let us go there more effectively, efficiently, regularly.